Hey everyone. So if you're feeling that constant pressure to do something about AI, trust me, you are not alone. But what if the very first step, the most important one, has nothing to do with AI at all? Today, we're diving into the one thing you absolutely have to master first, your data. Let's get right into it.
I mean, you see it everywhere, right? It's in the news headlines, it's in all the ads, it's probably in your business meetings. It really is a constant mad scramble. You've got generative AI, you've got deepfakes, all the tech giants are jockeying for position. It's exciting for sure, but it's also a little overwhelming.
And this is exactly where we need to pump the brakes for a second. In the middle of all this excitement, the most critical question isn't, what can AI do for me? No, it's, are we actually ready for it?
This quote from the executive Gil Genio just nails it. It gets right to the heart of the matter. It's basically saying we're all looking in the wrong direction. The biggest challenge, and honestly the biggest opportunity, isn't some shiny new technology. It's buried in the data we are already sitting on. So that brings us to our first big idea, the AI hype distraction. See, the smartest move you can make right now isn't chasing the latest trend. It's asking a much simpler question. Are we getting every ounce of value from the data we collect every single day? Mastering that basic? That's the real game changer.
Okay, so if mastering the basics is the key, what does that foundation even look like? Well, it is built on one thing, analytics. But I know, data-driven has become such a buzzword, right? So let's break down what it actually means to be data-driven.
This definition from Davenport and Harris is pretty much the gold standard. And the key phrase here? Extensive use. See, it's not about looking at a report every once in a while. It's a whole cultural shift. It's about moving away from making decisions based on gut feelings and instead making them based on hard evidence. It's kind of like the difference between navigating with a compass versus just guessing which way is north.
And this visualizes that classic tug of war that happens inside almost every company. Is the loudest voice in the room making the calls, or are the facts on the ground, the actual data, driving the strategy? Well, the evidence is pretty clear. The most competitive companies out there, they're betting on the facts.
All right, so where do you even begin? Well, the good news is you don't need a massive budget or a huge new team. Nope. It all starts with asking a few simple but really powerful questions. Let's walk through a practical starting point.
So first things first, just take stock of what you've got. Most organizations are sitting on an absolute goldmine of data they don't even realize they have. I'm talking customer transactions, supply chain invoices, website clicks, social media comments. It's all there, just waiting to be used.
Now, to wrangle all this data, you need a game plan, and that's where data governance comes in. Just think of it as the rulebook that makes sure your data is accurate, it's secure, and it's ready to be used reliably. It's the essential plumbing for your entire analytics system.
But listen, this is a super critical point, and it's where a lot of folks get stuck. You do not need perfect data to get started. Honestly, the pursuit of perfection can just be an excuse for doing nothing. You can start creating real value right now with good questions and small, focused pilot projects. Okay, for example, start with a really simple but powerful what-if question that's tied to revenue. What if you could easily pinpoint your top customers and then create a special offer just for them? I mean, that is a direct path to increasing what they spend with you.
Or how about this one? What if you could figure out exactly why customers are leaving you? Just imagine how powerful that would be for improving retention and building real loyalty. This is a question your data can absolutely help you answer.
And hey, it's not just about making more money. Think about protecting what you have. What if you could spot weird payment behavior as it's happening to prevent fraud before it does real damage? This is where analytics becomes a critical tool for protecting the business.
Okay, so you started asking these great questions, you're seeing some early wins. Now it's time to build a more permanent engine for success. And that really involves three key components: the right tools, the right people, and the right structure.
When it comes to tools, think of it as an evolution. You don't need some massive, expensive platform on day one. You can start with the spreadsheet software you probably already have. Then, as you get better, you can move to packaged solutions, and eventually to more sophisticated cloud-based platforms that give you real speed and scale.
And who's going to do all this work?
Well, the best results, they almost always come from a cross-functional team. You need the technical chops of IT and data engineers, for sure, but you absolutely need the business knowledge from your sales, marketing, and customer-facing teams to make sure you're solving problems that actually move the needle.
Now, how you organize that team really depends on your company. You could embed your analysts in different departments, you could create one central team that serves everybody, or you could use a kind of hybrid hub-and-spoke model.
There's no single right answer here, just the one that really fits your company's culture. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most important point here. Building the tools and the teams, that's one thing, but adopting the right mindset, that's everything. Analytics is not a project with an end date, it's a journey of continuous discovery.
See, the real magic happens in the feedback loop. It's an iterative process where every single answer you find in your data should lead you to an even smarter question. This is how you constantly learn and find new ways to create value.
So look, if you take just one thing away today, let it be this simple formula. Start small, with a project you can actually handle. Focus on showing real business value quickly, and then you use that momentum to progressively build and advance your capabilities over time.
And that brings us right back to where we started. What about AI? Well, by building a strong analytics muscle, you put your organization in the perfect position to understand what AI truly promises and, just as importantly, what it doesn't. You'll be able to separate the hype from the actual reality. So I'm going to leave you with this challenge. Don't wait for the perfect tool or the perfect data set. Your journey starts today with one simple action. Go look at the data you already have and find the first valuable question it can answer for you. That answer might just change your business. Thanks for joining us.